What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with another football rankings video. So earlier today I did my college football playoff rankings, and today I wanted to get back into the rest of my videos for my 2016 NFL previews. Now, the team previews are done. All 32 were finished up yesterday, but there were 3 more videos left that I have not done yet, and that is my top 10 teams power rankings, basically heading into the season, and then also my Super Bowl prediction and my overall season preview. So let's jump into the top 10 team rankings. So I'm not going to give you guys a 3 outside or anything. I just wanted to talk about in depth a little bit these top 10 teams. So let's go ahead and start at number 10, and the list will be in the description below, pretty much as like always. So number 10, Cincinnati Bengals. So the team that I actually finished up my 32 NFL previews on. And, you know, the Bengals, before the offseason, like if you don't take into account their losses, I guess at the end of last season technically, are probably a top 8, maybe a top 7 team talent-wise. But you know what? Marvin Jones and Mohamed Sanu are gone. You look along the defense, they lose a little bit there. You know, Hugh Jackson is gone. I believe Tyler Eifert is injured right now too. So, you know, they're still good. They'll still be a good team this year, no doubt. But I think they're gonna drop a little bit. So at number 9, we got the Minnesota Vikings. So you gotta like the direction the Vikings are headed in right now. You know, they are able to add another weapon to the receiving core for Teddy Bridgewater with Laquan Treadwell. Obviously, Adrian Peterson still seems to be going strong. This looks like a Vikings team that will be very, very good this year. So at number 8, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. A little bit higher than most people might have them ranked, but you know what? The Chiefs just, if they can stay healthy this year, man, they'll be good. This is a team that might be able to overtake the Denver Broncos for first place in the AFC West this year. I'm not going to say they're going to go ahead and do it, but you know what? They have more returning pieces than the Broncos do. So at number 7, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So my last power rankings, I had the Steelers higher, but it's just all the turmoil they're going through right now with the whole Le'Veon Bell thing, who in my opinion is their best or second best player. You know, even without Le'Veon Bell, they'll still probably be fine. They were last year while he was out. Obviously, you still want him back. With him back, they are maybe the second best team in the AFC. So, number 6, Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos, an interesting situation. It's tough to put, you know, the former Super Bowl champions that low, but you know, with the amount that they lose on both sides of the ball, they're going to need more consistency out of guys like C.J. Anderson and Demaryius Thomas this year. I mentioned this a lot in my Denver Broncos preview, but it's something that cannot be stated enough. We'll see what happens with the whole quarterback situation, who ends up starting for most of the year. I'm assuming it's going to be Mark Sanchez to start the year. Then I'm assuming by the end of the year, Paxton Lynch is going to get his shot. They drafted him. I mean, why would they draft him if you wouldn't? So, at number 5, got the Seattle Seahawks. And, you know, it feels right that the Seahawks are going to be trending back upward this year. You know, after kind of a rough season last year compared to what they were used to since Russell Wilson came into the league, it seems like they're ready to take that next step. You know, they got a few new pieces. Thomas Rawls looks like he's ready to take over that running back spot. You know, the wide receiving core looks solid. Tyler Lockett coming off a Pro Bowl season in his rookie year in the NFL. So, you know, I like what the Seahawks have in place for this year. Number 4, we got the Green Bay Packers. And you know what? For Aaron Rodgers' sake, it was kind of an off year last year. Granted, I believe he still threw for 31 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, which by literally almost anyone else's standards, that'd be a fantastic season, maybe even a career season. Aaron Rodgers, though, you know he can play better. The entire league knows he can play better. And I think he will play better this year. I think you're going to see an improved Eddie Lacy. Hopefully a healthy wide receiving core for the Packers this year between Randall Cobb and Jordy Nelson, so they can kind of reach that top-end potential. So number 3, I got the Arizona Cardinals. Now, just by talent, the Cardinals might be the best team. You know, they have a pretty deep receiving core between John Brown, Larry Fitzgerald, and Michael Floyd. They got a lot of talent at running back between the two Johnsons, David Johnson and Chris Johnson. Still got Andre Ellington in the backfield, too. Seems like kind of a forgotten name, but still there. And then the defense is just crazy talented. I loved the pickup of Chandler Jones in the offseason. You know, you still got Calais Campbell. You still got Patrick Peterson. You still got a newly re-signed Tyrann Mathieu who should be ready to go this year. So, again, it looks like a good team for this year. So, number 2, we got the Carolina Panthers. you know, the draft for them didn't make a whole lot of sense. You know, you were hoping they picked up a corner a little bit earlier than they did, which that loss of Josh Norman's going to hurt a little bit. But even if, you know, one thing that I mentioned a lot for the Panthers season this year is Jonathan Stewart's health. You know, just over his career, his health has not been able to hold up very well. It's just a fact. Now, this year, even if he goes down, I like Cam Artis-Payne. He was one of my 10 breakout players. I think it'll happen. And, you know, as long as Cam Newton can stay consistent, he's got more weapons at wide receiver this year. You know, you get Kelvin Benjamin back, which should help just enormously. So at number 1, I got the New England Patriots. And I know you're missing Tom Brady for the first 4 games of the season, but I mean, they're still going to make the playoffs. And I think, again, it's Tom Brady. I think he's going to come back more motivated than you can really remember. And it seems like he always plays best under circumstances like this, just to kind of say, screw you, rest of the NFL, and, you know, finally get Deflategate over with and finally show that, you know, he can still ball and he's still one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So that'll pretty much do it for this video. Like I said, after this, all that remains of my NFL previews are the overall season preview and the Super Bowl preview and predictions. I'm going to do my overall season preview first, so it can build up to the Super Bowl preview, which is a good way to cap off my 2016 set of NFL preview videos, which I think will end up capping off around 40 videos, which was nowhere near the amount that I did for college football. So anyway, that'll pretty much do it. If you do want to see any of the other college football or any of the other NFL previews, link to the entire playlist will be in the description below. And then if you want to see any of the NFL previews just written out on my website, all of them are on there as well. I'll put the link to my entire website in the description below. So that's pretty much it. See ya.